Hey guys, how you doing? That's Mr. Bruce. That's half of Mr. Bruce as I remember him.
Hey there.
By the way, here's a nice example, guys. He lost a lot of weight when he set his mind to it. Look at that. What are you holding?
It's a folder. Almost. It's
Almost.
not quite done, but
It is.
tomorrow
For
it
you,
will be.
I told him, it's for now, until he learns how to handle proper sharp knives, it's gonna stay that way. And when he learns it, I will grind it for him.
That'll be tomorrow.
One day I will teach him how to sharpen knives too.
And I was going to be nice and let him know that I had you sharpen a couple knives for me.
Man, it's funny when people that don't know us remember sometimes when you just joke around with the friends in comments on each other videos and people go like crazy because they don't know that we are friends. And they go so defensive into like for either one of us. It's just so funny. Yeah, I made that one earlier for Bruce. That's the first and the new version of the EDC.
And guys, let me tell you what, it has just a hair longer handle and it is perfect.
I think I did point it out. For me, it kind of spoils what the EDC blade was for me.
And for me, it makes it just great.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people, it will make that knife for them even better. For me, it changed from what used to be great neck knife and pretty capable little fixed blade. Now it's that pretty capable little fixed blade. That for me it's a little too big for a neck knife.
Not for me.
I purposely did it though because now I actually have dedicated neck knife as a model, so that's why I did it. I do like the curves of it. I do like the curves of it better than the old one. There is that slight little sweep to it, a little bit of belly. Even though I like the.
I've got.
Would you call this more of a spear point?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's more of a spear point. I never knew what name is what really. I never cared about it.
That's more of a spear. It's more of a drop point.
Mostly you're gonna see me use and do these. I like them for some reason better, but that is a little more functional because that will be pretty decent skin. I think it has that
Skinner,
pretty good radius.
This will make a great small game knife, good fish knife, a good utility knife. To me, and of course my hands are slightly bigger than yours, but now
your hands are actually a lot bigger.
Now it just. Oh, I guess they are.
Yeah, half inch. Yeah, Bruce's hands are half inch wider, here than mine.
But even at that, I mean, it looks like it's engulfed in there, but it comes right to the end, and it's just perfect. Now I've got two of his neck knives, and they're just a little bit short where that little finger is kind of half on, half off. This is just phenomenal. It just locks it in my hand, but I can flip it like this, upside down, like this. It's just comfortable no matter how you hold it. One thing
I think why people like my knives, even though they were made, especially the small ones, are made with the small handle, because it's still comfortable even for the bigger hands. It doesn't really hinder the function that if your pinky, if the large hand pinky was on the end of it. It wasn't uncomfortable, right?
No, absolutely.
That's what I got the feedback from people that even though it's small, it's still comfortable.
Yeah, and for a neck knife, I would still prefer this handle just because it's a little more concealable. But for a utility, hunter, etc., I really like this.
I'm pretty happy with how it came out. This is that unidirectional carbon fiber with the 2x2 twill top layer. That's a nice sample.
I don't know how good the camera will make it look. I wish you could see it in real life. It's
alright.
It's awesome. I asked for blue on these, and it's just, I know the camera, because it never does do
blue sometimes. It depends on the lighting. I don't think here in this spot it's gonna show.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it
may look purple to you guys, but trust me.
No, it's more blue on the camera, but it's just like that boring blue. It's really vibrant, especially when you wipe this off with the Windex. It really is the really vibrant blue. This one is looking to be really nice one because the centering is perfect. It's rock solid, left, right, and the lockup lockup came out really good on this. Bruce seen what it takes to do the lock, how many times going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That's a lot of work, guys.
Putting it together because it behaves differently than, when you have just the one scale on. Then when you put both scales on and put all the screws in, it just behaves differently.
You won't believe how much time he already has in this.
And I already have really good techniques on certain things, you know, techniques that I can do thanks to the equipment and the things I learned and tricks I learned and develop. It's people don't realize how much things certain equipment can save you.
A lot of work even with the right equipment though. It's just so much trial. You gotta fit it, try it, fit it, try it, fit it.
Yeah, imagine the sculpting of titanium. If I didn't have the water cooling system, it would be a nightmare to do. I couldn't do it. It would take me
days.
Not days, but it would take you probably 5 times as long as I'm able to, just because of the heat. You have to constantly go on and off. And the titanium, when it gets hot enough for you not to be able to handle it, you don't just dip it and go right out. You have to actually keep it in that bucket for it to cool down, because it keeps that heat. I'm pretty happy. I'm actually a little jealous because his has that shape that I really like this when that little thumb ram is up here. The one I mentioned in the previous video that I wanted to show you and I didn't have it on me was, this is the one I fixed up, you know, if you remember I had my personal flipper that was this type of pattern, that like a bark pattern I call it on the edges. So I reshaped the blade and you know, this here, did that little kind of swoop really here, nice.
Little copper wash on it is just really cool.
It's cool, right? Yeah, now it's really, now that copper wash actually shows now nicely. It looks almost like a hamon that wore around here from the way it's stone wash and from the strap.
The longer it goes, the better it'll look.
It's gonna be cool when it starts patina a little green. It's gonna be pretty cool.
It's gonna be pretty.
One thing what I like about this, well, I was super happy how this came out. I had the idea, so I just drew it with the marker on the handle. That it's kind of like just little triangles that go in the arc, so it goes here and it would kind of like continue here and then here. I really like how that came out, and same here, and put a little bit of it on the pocket clip too. It just a little work, but it made the knife so much, because it was, I love the knife, but it was like, I looked at it, was like, okay, it's just a tool for me. It just wasn't doing it for me. It was just, it's a great knife, but it just doesn't have that spark for me.
It needed something else.
And when I did this, like, yeah, there you go, that's what it needed. Because it's exact, like, none of this changed. It's exactly the same handle, exactly the same blade. It just that little bit here and a little bit of this glitter, and it really made the knife for me. And
let me grab something. I'll be right back. Keep that thing rolling.
What else? Tomorrow I'm gonna do the pocket clip for this one, and grind the blade for Bruce. Really like this.
tip that up and show them our emergency.
Where are we gonna, if we're gonna step, yeah, there we're gonna fit there. So on the beginning I mentioned that Bruce should be a big inspiration for you guys with the weight loss. It's me and Bruce together, next to each other.
I'm gonna make sleeping bags out of these.
That's little over half a year ago, 9 months you said, right?
Yeah,
9 months ago.
30, almost 140 pounds now.
Pretty impressive. Pretty soon he's gonna pretty much lose me from his weight. We just can, that's
we just fun. Lose a person.
Lose a person. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, pretty inspirational for people, you know, with weight problems.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, I'm starting to gain a little weight.
Well, you know what to
getting older, right? Yeah, but I just don't care. I eat what I want when I want, so I'm happy. But I should kind of start taking better care about the health a little bit.
Yeah, and I had some of his wife's cooking. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, he had Slovakian, for people that know Segedinsky goulash. It's
phenomenal.
I really liked it. I think he's just being nice.
No, I'm not. It was phenomenal. I loved it.
Some people don't enjoy like foreign kitchen. Like for example, I'm not crazy about Mexican kitchen, or what else I tried, like Turkish kitchen, not really crazy about it. I love, for example, some Thai food, but some people just not too crazy when you
Yeah,
introduce
Thai
them
food's
to
a little hot for me, but this was.
I don't like, but the Thai food that's not hot, like pad Thai is one of my most favorite dishes ever. I love it. Yeah, but I'm glad that you like it.
And of course, a really nice Gavko sheet to go with it.
I'm glad that Bruce stopped by. Bruce is the really cool guy. We always hang out at his place for the blade. I mean, you've seen him, guys. You've seen him, Tim, George.
This is a pretty neat place,
Jeremy,
guys.
if Jeremy gets lucky.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
I like it here, yeah.
It's always funny. I always look forward to seeing someplace in person because when you see it on the video, you kind of get an idea what a shop looks like, but you just never really know until you get there. It's great. It's just the right size. You got just enough room to move around, but everything's handy.
It has just the right security. I like that. You know, like it goes in for the night. But when I'm in the shop, it's here, it's there.
Here's all the security you need right here.
Right, the wacky.
That will do it.
Yeah, Bruce likes the wacky. He has
like
the
both of
wacky
these.
what I had from Dan.
Oh, yes.
He got that wacky.
And, is it...
Wait, you do something?
Yeah, I'm healing up from a little slip with mine.
With wacky?
Yeah, it slid on the sheath and went, just touched me enough to...
What do you mean slid on the sheet?
It slid out of the sheath a little bit.
Oh, out.
Because I was being stupid. That's why.
It happens.
My fault.
Yeah, I haven't cut myself, I get a knife, but I haven't cut myself on a knife pretty long time. I always cut myself on something else. Like I cut myself when I'm doing a knife like this, and when it's all square, like when I'm cleaning the sides and around, and when it's really sharp inside, just from the right angle and coarse grit, I cut on that myself pretty often. But those are just like, it's not deep, but it will cut you pretty bad.
I usually cut myself worse when I'm working on a car than I do making knives.
Yeah, I don't work on cars. I don't know nothing about cars. All I know is how to drive them and how to put wiper liquid.
Really, this is going to be incredible. And with the titanium, it's so light.
I'm glad that he asked for blue because I personally love blue. And I don't do blue because not that many people actually like blue. Not that many people. If you notice, most of the collectors, they get gray.
I did it just to piss Jeff off. Jeff, do you hear that?
Jeff doesn't watch videos anymore.
Yeah,
he's too
big a star
He's
now.
too famous now to watch. No, most of the people actually get the gray or bronzy skin just because a lot of people think about resale. And even if they like blue, they're not gonna do blue because they think a lot less people like blue, so they are better off with resale of the gray.
A, blue's my favorite B. That ain't going no place.
I love blue too.
I ain't worried about
This
resale.
is actually like this, that it's blue, but then it's heavy stone wash, and then it's gold, like bronzish. So all the peaks actually are like goldish,
you can
bronzish.
see the gold around the
Yeah,
edges.
and that's now it has all the ores from hands. When you wipe it, it's really like you clearly see that gold. I like it.
Yeah, I'm having a blast, guys. It's Mike's usually up in my shop, so it's a lot of fun to finally make it down here to his. And
I do like the grinder.
oh, the grinder is just I got to try it just a little bit, and all I can say is I'm gonna hate to go back to my own now. It was just, and I'm a hobbyist. Mike's a pro. I'm a hobbyist. I can't afford or justify what he has, but if I could, I certainly would buy it because it is just. It's the best I've ever tried. I like it better than the Wilton, hands down.
Yes.
Hands down.
Wilmont, yeah. I've tried both, and I gotta say that hands down, it is better than Wilmont. Wilmont is for the people that have Wilmont, it is a great grinder.
Oh, I'm not saying anything against it, but if I could pick and had my choice, I'd take this thing.
It's funny because people that have Wilmont, they are super happy. It's a great grinder, but they never tried that really. And I don't say just because I own that, it really is that
Well,
good.
the thing that got me was watching how fast you can make the changes on that versus the Wilmont. There's no
adjustment. That's the main thing I told you. Like on the wheel mount you have to pretty much adjust it every time you even change the belt, because of how elastic the belts are and how much they spread, because of the way the tension, the belt tensioner is on the wheel mount. You just actually have to slide and adjust the arm itself, the tool, you know, the tool arm.
It's just
not on this one
lot
because
faster,
you have
a lot faster.
Yeah, you have a lot more adjustability with the belt tension on this, and that's the main thing. And then the flipping, vertical, horizontal, it just I think this, the TW90, I think it's based off the Bader. Is it Bader, the brand? I think a lot of it, I think he told me that a lot of the like kind of ideas about that grinder when he made it came from the Beta. And even a lot of parts, the wheels are from the Beta when you're buying the small wheels. Yeah, Bruce has one of those, one of the first, what was it, number 9? Yeah, number 9 from my EDC frame, like the one with the oversized hardware. Actually pretty nice still.
Oh, that's and I carry it every day. That's my front pocket
Still
every day.
pretty nice lockup. It's not all the way in. Solid.
It gets you.
He made the blade a little prettier because he's the Mr. Mirror Polish. It's crazy.
I don't try to baby it. It's not that's not a mirror polish.
Yeah,
that's
but that is mirror polish for a lot of us.
Not for me, but it's an 800 grit finish, so I can refinish it when I do scratch it up.
That's about 800.
That is
Times
just
better
a
than mine,
fantastic. It's extremely comfortable. His knives are so ergonomic.
I like this. I'm thinking about using this was, if you remember right, 0.15 titanium, and I'm thinking about doing that on the future folders too, because it gives me a little more versatility in the sculpting of the handles, so it can be heavily sculpted like this, but still kind of like wider, not so slimline. And I kind of like it. It's still gonna give me option even if I want to do the slimline, but it will give me option of doing them little beefier, thicker, but still want to keep the ABL blade because I just love it. It's what make my knives.
Well, it's like I told Mike earlier tonight. The more I use AEBL, and I've got a bunch of knives with it now, the better I like it. It does everything a knife should do. It holds a really good edge. It takes an extremely fine, nice, sharp edge. It is easy to sharpen. It's just a really good, solid, strong performing steel. I don't know what more you could ask, and it's stainless to boot.
Yeah, it's actually really tough for a stainless steel.
It is.
And it's inexpensive. I said many times, it has like, it's just, if you average all the factors about knife steel from making a knife for a knife maker to maintaining for the guy, for the person, and performance, I just like the overall just average of everything. It's
hard to beat.
It has only one disadvantage, that the 0.13 is, until now, it's still the thickest slug you can buy. Hopefully they will start making thicker because the demand is there. The steel is getting more and more popular because...
Well, I was telling Mike earlier tonight that I want to get into doing a bunch of kitchen knives. Not a bunch, but a few kitchen knives. I really enjoy using kitchen knives, and I think I'd really enjoy making them too. But I certainly plan on using AEBL for those. I think it's ideal steel for that.
Yeah, it is. Alright, we rambled for a pretty long time. This video is gonna take a whole day tomorrow to upload, probably. I was just telling Bruce that upload speed here is really like miserable and it's gonna take forever. But you know, it's good. It's all good. It will get there.
And you'll see some, when I get home, you'll see some video on this.
Oh yeah, Bruce took some footage from me.
I took some
doing it.
videos of him grinding. I'm going to take more as it goes along tomorrow.
Oh, you mean the next year when I grind the blade?
Yeah. I mean tomorrow when you grind the blade. He's a funny boy, ain't he? Yeah, this is really, really pretty. I like that. Just that little cutout just adds so much to the lines of the knife.
And it will actually make so much, it will look so much better when you put a little chamfer on it too. Mm-hmm. Little chamfer on this edge. It will make it will stand up more as a, because right now it looks so minuscule, but once you put that little chamfer, it will make it look
Yeah,
bigger.
really pronounces it.
Yeah. Alright guys, I think that's enough of us rambling.
Take it easy, you two.
Probably do something tomorrow too.
We'll
Don't
talk
cut
to you
yourself.
later.